Good morning, good morning. Today is Sunday. It's 7:23 a.m. I got an offer from Uber Eats to go to Walgreens and shop for 4 items. I'm going to get $12.41 for 4.8 miles. The customer has already messaged me while I was on my way to the Walgreens, and they said something about a finger splint that they wanted, and I guess the size they wanted that they first put in was a medium-sized splint, and they messaged me and they said they've changed their mind and they want a small size one. So I told them, okay, that's what I'll get them, and that was it. And then I meant to leave the house an hour ago, but my dog had a lot of crusties in his eyes, so I decided to clean my dog's eyes first before I started my day. And it's kind of no big deal anyway, because it's Sunday, and there's not a whole heck of a lot to be worried about as far as making the $50 goal, because on Sundays this is usually the biggest day or the easiest day to make money, so I shouldn't have any problems getting to the $50 goal today. I'm going to only be accepting offers that are $10 and up, and I really want to make sure that I only get offers that are $2 for every mile, and that's it. There's no other rules that I'm applying for today. Basically, that's it. So, and I'm gonna do no more than 5 jobs today, because 10 times 5 is 50. So that'll get me to the goal without any problems at all. So it's gonna be all good. I'm gonna be able to easily hit that goal. And this is a good one. This is well within the $2 for every mile range. So yeah, there's no problems at all when it comes to this one. It's all golden. So this one I'll easily get the $12 in my pocket and just have 4 more jobs to do after that, and I'll be done. Yesterday I miscounted the number of jobs I did. I thought I did 5 jobs yesterday, and it turned out I only did 4. But it was still fine because I made over $50. Because the last job I did yesterday was like $18 for 9 miles, so it all worked out. And this morning I decided to make a special Sunday breakfast. I made sausage patties, potato pancakes, scrambled eggs, and toast. So it was a good breakfast this morning. Probably more food than I really should have eaten, but normally I usually make that kind of breakfast about once every 3 weeks. I usually make a breakfast like that, so it's not like I eat it all the time. Normally what I have for breakfast is usually just like a bran cereal with fruit, so so it wasn't too bad. It was a nice change of pace. And yeah, just a busy morning. I've been up since about 3:30 in the morning, and just trying to get all my chores done this morning before I headed out onto the road to get this job taken care of and get that money. The temperature is currently 77 degrees and no wind, sunny. It's a little bit hazy today. Not too bad at all. Traffic is normal. It's light. It's the normal Sunday morning traffic. Very light, no problems. And yeah, there's not much else too exciting happening at the moment. I'm hoping for a real easy Sunday morning day of earning this $50 and getting home real quick. So I'm planning on working until 7:30, 8:30, till 10:30 is the goal, because I like to have about a 3-hour window open to earn the money. And the actual time I actually end up working is usually about 2 to 2.5 hours of actual physical labor to do this job, where I'm actually active and on an assignment. And that usually comes out to somewhere between $20 to $25 an hour to do this job. So it's fine. It's a fair rate for doing something that in general is not that difficult. I mean, this is the kind of job where you have very little human interaction. You're kind of like a ghost. You're just floating around town, doing the bidding of people and getting their orders fulfilled. And most of the people, they really you don't even have to see anybody. It's just leave it at the door. So I think the most interaction I ever get is people at the register, when I have a human being that I have to talk to at a cash register. I'm gonna make a right here before this bus starts to take off. I don't want to crash into them. And I don't think I normally have any problems at this Walgreens when it comes to internet connections. I think I'll park here in the shade. Alright, we're here. Let's do it. Gentle paper tape. It looks like all they want is first aid stuff. Grip tape. Flexible rolled gauze. Alright, I've been here for a while now, and they don't have the item that the customer really wants, a thumb splint. They had this item as something that could possibly work, but it's too expensive to add to the cart, so I'm waiting to hear back from them. I'll give them a few minutes and then I'm going to head out. Customer's responding. Stand by. Alright, the customer wants to cancel the order, so now I've got to deal with support. Alright everybody, well, I'm just sitting in here in the car on hold with support as they try to contact the customer to cancel the order. And in the meantime, I've put DoorDash on, but unfortunately for DoorDash, I'm not in the zone to get a lot of offers from DoorDash. So this is a really bad situation because I've already driven 3.5 miles and I'm outside of my zone. So I'm probably gonna end up putting about probably 5 miles on the car and not getting any money for it. Not to mention my time. It's now 7:50 a.m. and I don't think I'm going to get any money for this one because it is Uber Eats. And they in general don't compensate you when you get a difficult customer like this. So the biggest problem is that they had every single item the customer wanted except for the main item they wanted, the finger splint. And so the customer had me running around like a chicken without a head. She had me talking to the cashier and questioning what I was doing. Like, oh, can you talk to the pharmacist? I'm like, it's Sunday. The pharmacist is closed. She's like, are you sure they don't have it? I know they have it. I'm like, they don't have it. So, yeah. So this is a total bust. And I just have to wait for Uber Eats to finally confirm that the customer has canceled the order, and then I can move on. I mean, unless I get something from DoorDash, but right now Uber Eats won't release me from this assignment until the Uber Eats support releases me. So I'm really stuck. The only thing I could really do right now, I guess, is I could start to drive back towards where I'm located. So I guess I can do that right now. Yeah, I guess I might as well start doing that because I'm not going to get anything right here. So I might as well just start rolling. And at least I have DoorDash on, so once I get back into the zone, maybe I'll get something else. Because this customer, I mean, what I could have done is I could have just selected that they don't have the item and just got out of there and dropped it off. But that would have just meant I would have had to have driven more miles just to end up only getting a couple of dollars for my trouble. And so, yeah, I don't want to deal with that. And also just getting a negative review from the customer. I'm like, that's okay. You think this customer, though, would have appreciated the time that I had spent to deal with this headache. But no, they're basically, just thinking about themselves and which I can understand. I'm like, I would probably do the same thing too if something I desperately needed and they don't have it. I would just be like, never mind them, because that's the number one item that they wanted. Oh boy. So one more light and I'll be back in the zone for DoorDash, and then I'll park, and at least I'll have that functional. Thank you for patiently waiting. Your order is canceled. This will not impact your cancellation rate. Then it says you can proceed with your next deliveries. Okay. TY, click, and chat. Yes, you resolved my issue. Order canceled. Bye-bye. Now we're headed back. Your order for so-and-so has been canceled. Yes, I know. Got it. What a waste of my time. Oh, wait a minute. They paid me $4. Woo woo. I got $4. Woo woo, $4. I guess $4 is better than nothing. $6, 15 miles. So now we're $4 richer, and that took up probably about 30 minutes of my time. Maybe even 40 minutes. I was in there a long time, let me tell you. And when I went to talk to the cashier, she was giving me the longest spiel, the whole long pre-programmed response to what I was asking. All I wanted her to just say is confirm that they didn't have it in stock. She was telling me, oh yeah, let me tell you about another store where you can go get it. She was really going on. And then she was getting so tired from talking, she started choking. I'm like, it's okay. It's like, I'll just find something else. And I just walked away because I realized that she was not going to stop. She was like going on a tangent. And then I just abandoned the cart. I'm like, I'm not putting this stuff back. I'm out of here. I mean, it was the last item I needed. And I was like, I'm out of here. What a waste. So, yeah. These things do happen. There's not much you can do about it. And these are the kinds of things that really frustrate new delivery drivers, because when you're brand new and this kind of thing happens, it can be very frustrating and really send you off the deep end and not want to do this job. Because you can see, like, look at all the miles I'm putting on my car and the time I wasted to come out over here for this customer, and I only got $4 to show for it. And on a Sunday, I'm sure by now I could have gotten something better. In fact, I had a Starbucks offer earlier that paid better than this assignment. So yeah, you just can't. You have to think of the big picture when you do this job. I'm telling you, you can't think about the bad things that happen. You can't let it fester. Because when you do that, then you just become real bitter. So I have to process this right now. Right now, I'm kind of irritated, but I can intellectually, I understand that these things happen, and it's a possibility that it could happen. So, and I also know that in the long run, if you look at the big picture, like if you look at all the videos I've made, all the deliveries I've done, how rare this is. It's like 1 out of 100 deliveries, this type of thing will occur. So now that I know I've gotten it out of the way, I know I won't have to deal with one of these for a long time. They don't happen that often. These happen about as often as you get people tip baiting you. Where you do somebody's order and then it turns out that they changed the tip for no reason, just to, get something for free. I got the next offer, and it's from Uber Eats. I'm going to go to Urth Caffe. I'm going to get $10.89 for 3.5 miles. I don't know if I should count this as job number 1 or job number 2. I guess I should count it as job number 2, even though I got canceled and I only got $4 for that offer. I think it just makes sense to just count it. You know what I'm saying? because it felt like a job. Let me tell you, it felt like a full and complete job. The amount of time and effort I had to put into that Walgreens order qualifies as a job in my mind. So I've got this one to do, and 3 more after that. And if I don't hit the $50 goal, it's all the fault of that one lady that I had to shop for that finger splint. And that'll make me feel better, knowing I have somebody else to blame for not reaching the goal. These are the irrational things you have to think to make yourself feel better. And this one should be pretty simple. It's probably just picking up some coffees or something. I have this funny feeling that this order is for a repeat customer that always meets me at the curb every time I show up to his house. He puts in the instructions to leave it at the door, yet he always meets me at the curb. And so let's see if I'm right. I have this funny feeling that I'm going to be right, and it's going to be this customer. Just because of the dollar amount, like it's easily well over $2 for every mile. And I saw the cross streets, and I'm like, well, these cross streets kind of sound familiar. Like it could be that person. I'm not 100% on what this customer's cross streets were. But add on $5, 5 miles, no. Yeah, so I've got to really, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm really completely, I'm still processing what just happened with that Walgreens one. I cannot believe that happened to me. And my mind is now trying to think, well, how could I avoided that happening? And there's really not a whole heck of a lot I could have done. Because the customer messaged me immediately, communicating that this was the high priority item that they wanted. That finger splint was the number one thing that could not be missing. And wouldn't you know it, it was the very last item I had to shop for to put in the cart. So right there it tells you, it's like, oh, there was no way. There was absolutely nothing I could have done differently to change the outcome of that. There was no way for me to know that item was out of stock. Absolutely none. And I couldn't have driven to another Walgreens because another Walgreens would have been really far away. So, and also the credit card wouldn't work at another Walgreens. You cannot shop at a different Walgreens to complete somebody's order. If the order says it was done there, it has to be done there. So I was 100% out of luck. And yeah, there was really nothing else to be done. I stayed professional with the customer, so at least I did that. They weren't giving me a hissy fit, or they were giving me a hissy fit, but they were not directly angry with me. They would just express some frustration in their communication because they desperately wanted that item. But yeah, it was fine. It was just a part of the job. All a part of the terrible things that can happen when you do this job. And just park it right here, and we'll head on over to Urth Caffe. Yep. This looks like the same order this guy always orders. I don't know why they put this receipt in here. It's gonna blow away the moment I get to the drop off. Oh well. This 100% looks like the exact same thing. I don't remember what this customer's name is. I wish they wouldn't put the receipt like this. It makes it so easy to blow away. No waiting on the order. It was ready. I just walked in, said the name, and took off. I'm 100% convinced this is the same guy who always meets me at the curb. Now I'm 100. It's the exact same thing he always orders, so it's got to be the same guy. Oh boy, it's like my repeat customer. Not just repeat customer that I go to, but he gets the exact same thing. He's got to eventually get tired of the same thing. I can't imagine for the next, year, I just keep going to this guy's house over and over again. Some people have a lot of disposable income and they can really afford to use this service all the time. And just based on and he's always generous. He always tips really good, so there's no complaints. It's just, I think he's the only customer I get that orders the same thing over and over again. There was a lady that I would deliver to, and she would always order tropical smoothie all the time. And she did that for a while, and then she switched it up, and she started getting Taco Bell. She either liked Taco Bell or tropical smoothie, and but she wasn't a big tipper like this guy is. He is really generous for the number of miles I have to drive. He really tips really well, so that's very nice. And now we gotta go 5 minutes, 2 miles. It's a house. It's a leave at the door, supposedly. Supposed leave at the door. Temperature now is 79 degrees. I'm getting 56 miles to the gallon currently. And the time is 8:15. And once we drop this off, we're going to have a grand total of about $14 and change. And I have now been online since, didn't I start like at 7:30 or something like that? I don't remember now. 7:15? Gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, we've been online a while. And I figure right now we're making probably about, $10 an hour at this point. Not too shabby if this was 1983. We'd be making the big money if this was about 50 years ago. 40 years ago. If we can go to a time machine, this would be big money. Right now, it is like we are in a third world country right now. Very poor earnings. I'll be happy when this day's over. And there's nothing, let me tell you, there's nothing worse than your first offer going bad. It just ruins it. If this happened on my third job or fourth job of the day, it would be so easy to shake off. But when something hits you in the face, first thing in the morning on your very first assignment, it just sets the tone for the day. So yeah, I'm still processing and trying to shake it off. You notice when something upsets you, you always wonder, why does it take so long to shake it off, to get over something? A lot of times it's because chemicals have built up in the brain, kind of like if you get scared and then you still feel scared even after what scared you is gone. It's because chemicals have now been built inside of my brain and my body, and so it's like what is that? It's like adrenaline, a certain type of chemical in the brain and in the body, and it takes a while for your body to process it out. So that's a lot of reasons why the feeling doesn't go away when something irritates you. It sort of sits in there. It's because now chemically you have been altered. You've let it get to you, and now the chemicals have activated. And now you're in the process of deactivating those chemicals, and it takes time. It takes time for that stuff to process out. And I know intellectually what is happening to me, but it still doesn't change the fact that I'm irritated. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change the fact that I can feel the sensation of irritation. I just have to try to think of it not personal. I have to think of this now as just like having chapped lips or something. It's like, this is just a little bit of chapped lips going on right now. And eventually my body will hydrate and the chapped lips will be gone. That's all it is. 1 minute, 0.3 miles. Let's see, is anybody else going into this community? No. It's Sunday, it's too early in the morning. Yeah, the gate's closed. I'm gonna have to enter the code. Alright, what's the code? $5.65 for 8 miles. I feel like I don't even need to look at the navigation. Like I know exactly where this guy's house is. And he always opens his garage. The moment I show up, his garage opens up, the whole 9 yards. I wish I could just hand it to him through my car window, but because they're coffees, I've got to put it on the floor of my passenger seat. Let's see, it's coming up. I think it's the one with the Tesla. I think it might be this house here. Yeah, this is it. I'm sure he's already got his door open. He's ready to run out. Let's see. Oh, no, his garage isn't opening. All right, well, head in. Thank you. Well, he didn't meet me outside today. I guess because it's Sunday, it's more casual today. He's not in a hurry. I think normally he's like, busy with work and whatnot. But since it's Sunday, so that's fine. $12, 14 miles. Another one down. That's 2, 3 more to go. I have 10 miles on the car now, 10 and a half, and I'm getting 53 miles to the gallon. Temperature is 80 degrees, and now we got about $14. 14 smackaroonies. I'm just glad I'm going by the number of jobs, that's all. I know I have 3 more to do. I don't care how much money I make now. If I don't make the $50, oh well. I'm turning it off. $7, 4 miles. $7, 10 miles. I'm not parking anywhere and waiting. I'm just gonna head back home and relax. Keep processing. Just keep processing out this negative attitude that I put myself into. Negative mind space, head space as it's called. Try to think about all the great job opportunities that are going to be coming my way. Big $20 offers for 2 miles. Put that out into the universe. Positive energy. Come on, $20 offers for 2 miles. $6 for 5 miles. Give me something real good to make up for the first job of the morning. Yeah, based on what happened, it looks like I'm only going to probably make about $40 today. So if I'm only doing $10 minimum, and I'm really only going to complete about 4 jobs, so that's 40 plus, so $44, $45 is probably what I'm going to end up making. But you never know. Sometimes I'll get offers. The next few offers could be, $12, $13 offers. So it could possibly negate the Walgreens situation. I can only hope. It's like a video game. when I do this, I try to think about like a video game. I'm trying to reach my score. Like you have a goal that you want to make in the video game, so let's see if I can hit the score that I want to hit. That's all it really is. I'm sure the same thing happens with a lot of wealthy people when they play golf. They get all mad and it ruins their day because they didn't hit whatever the goal was, for whatever their, what is it called? Their swing or whatever, how many swings it took them or whatever. How many holes in one? I don't know. I don't know golf, but you get what I'm saying. That it's not necessarily about money to survive, to do what I'm doing. It's just about just trying to do $4.25 4 miles. It's all about just achieving a goal. I'm just setting a goal for myself and I just try my best to achieve it. And then when you don't, if you just try to think to yourself, what could I have done better so that I would have achieved it? Not the true frustration that the average delivery driver feels, which is, oh no, how am I going to pay my rent at the end of the month? I'm going to have to use a credit card. Not that situation. That's a horrible situation. I can remember when I was young in my 20s, I would be in situations where my bank account had only like $100 left in it. And I get really worried. I'd be like, oh no. And I have a hard time, like, what am I going to do? I'm running out of money and I have to use my credit cards to float myself through to the following month. And I'd really have to hustle that following month to really make a lot more money than what I was making. So yeah, you really got to be on your game for sure, 100%. I got the next order from DoorDash. I'm going to go to Smart and Final and shop for 6 items. I'm going to get $23.50 for 3 miles. This is a really good one. The only bad part is that the time is currently 10:23 and I was stuck at home for almost 2 hours waiting for this offer to come in. And there were long periods of time when I was just getting nothing. It was so slow, in fact, and quiet that I actually turned on my Walmart Spark app for almost 5 minutes. And I didn't get anything from Walmart Spark. It didn't show me not a single offer. So it must just be really slow today. This is Memorial Day weekend, and something tells me that a lot of people have other plans this weekend and they don't really need the service. They'll probably need it tomorrow or on Memorial Day, but today I don't think anybody's using the service, at least not enough people. It's either that situation or there are just too many delivery drivers out right now that have this day off because they have like a 3 or 4 day weekend, and they figure, well, why not try that delivery app and see if we can make some money. And they all have the same idea. So there's just too many delivery drivers out on the road right now doing this job. The offers that have been coming in, they were really bad. They were either upside down in miles or they were too close to $1 for every mile. And just not worth my time. And I really don't think I'm going to hit the goal. I'm starting to become very pessimistic about reaching the $50 goal now. I mean, especially since now I'm beyond the time that I wanted to work. And I'm going to probably just extend my time. I have no choice. I mean, I have a choice, but I mean, I really want to try to get the goal. And technically, I could work all the way up until noon if I want to. So I guess that's what I'll do. I'll work up until noon. And this is job number 3. And I only got to do 2 more jobs to reach the goal of accepting 5 jobs or 5 offers. So in theory, I should be able to get that before 12 o'clock. And I was looking at the app to see what I'm shopping for, and it looks like the only thing I'm shopping for is, now it's definitely 2 bottles of some type of seasoning, 1 more bottle of what looks like another type of seasoning, and then 3 bags of ice. So this doesn't look like a really difficult shopping order. It looks like it's not going to be hard at all. The ice will be heavy, but I have in my delivery bags, I can put the bags of ice in so my hands aren't freezing when I'm carrying it up multiple flights of stairs or whatever I have to deal with. So this one is very manageable. I'm just hoping everything's in stock and there are no problems. With this offer plus the $14 I've made so far today, I should be at, I don't know, what's 14 plus 23, so is that 37? Should be at $37, pretty close to $40, so maybe everything will work out. Maybe a lot of people will start tipping more generously, and I'll be on my way to hitting that goal. Exit. I've arrived at the store. Start the shopping. Don't send them a message. Yeah, I'm shopping for spices, black ground pepper, garlic salt, and bags of ice. This looks really easy. Not hard at all. Boy, it's busy at Smart and Final. Let me see if I can get a parking spot. Wow, it's really busy. I think I'll just try to park in front. I think there's a spot here. And oh, no, that's for order pickups. Oh, God, I gotta park over here. Alright, I'll just make it work. Alright, we're here. Let's go on in. Black pepper. Garlic salt. All I need is those bags of ice. No internet. Try going to airplane mode and then going out of airplane mode and seeing if I can connect to the internet. Alright, I'm back online. Continue. I'm currently at the menu part where it says discard receipt. The app is malfunctioning. I am stuck for the moment. The address is alright, I plugged in the address. It's only 0.7 miles from here. I'm gonna use Google Maps to guide me to the drop-off until the app starts working. Everything went just fine inside of Smart and Final. I think there was only an issue with the bags of ice. The ice machine was not functioning right, and I don't think it had any power, so the ice was slowly starting to melt inside of the freezer where the ice was. And so I grabbed 3 bags of ice, and there was like water on the floor, and there were like paper towels there, and it was a mess. And the cashier said to be careful because it's slippery. So I looked down, and I almost tripped on a rug that was folded over, a rubber floor mat. So a bit of a safety hazard going on in there, and not so good. And then the ice that Smart and Final sells, the bags are really big. So each bag was 16 pounds. So I had to make multiple trips in order to get all the bags that I needed. So that was not fun. But I mean, the money's so good on this one, doesn't really matter. Alright, continue. I think the app is still malfunctioning. Unbelievable. What's happening? This is not normal. Let me try to reload DoorDash. DoorDash might be down. I don't even know what the instructions are for the drop-off. No, I don't even know what the instructions are. I don't know if it's leave it at the door. I don't know anything. I'll probably just leave it at the door and knock or something. Because there's a problem with the app right now. The app's not working at all. The app is totally dead. I've got a situation where I have internet, but the DoorDash app has stopped working. So what I'm going to have to do is just take this to the drop-off, drop it, snap a picture with my regular camera, and then I'm just going to have to sit at the location because the app, it's really all I can do at the moment. I can't even contact support because the app, oh wait, there it goes. I'm in business, I'm back, I think. Well, at least I'm at the point where I can press I've arrived at the drop-off location. And Google Maps is still guiding me to the drop-off, so I'm good in that regards. Leave at my door. Please ring the doorbell. Thank you. Okay, and it's a house. We've got just a quarter of a mile to go until we get there. A lot of problems today, let me tell you. I don't know what's happening and why I've got like a gremlin circling my universe right now. But everything seems to not be going my way today. I cannot access directions right now through, let me try closing and opening it again. At least now I know the basic information. Okay, there it goes. Navigation is functioning. Really weird. That's never happened. Well, I shouldn't say never. It's been a long time since something like that has happened before. Everything's normal now. I'm in the app. 2 minutes, 0.5 miles. So, and this is just a house, so it should be an easy drop-off. So this is just a really generous customer who really feels bad that I have to carry these heavy bags of ice, which, is no big deal to me. The bags of ice are much easier than dealing with cases of water. The cases of water are definitely much heavier than what I'm dealing with right here. And the temperature right now is 87 degrees. The time is 10:39. And everything seems fine. There's a man standing over on the left. I don't know if he's homeless or if his car broke down. Oh, he's homeless. I saw the cardboard sign. Oh, there's another homeless guy that wants the spot. Oh, there's two homeless guys fighting over the spot. Well, they're not fighting. They look like they're friends. They're both being friendly to each other. Well, that's good. I think one of the homeless guys is just gonna walk to another corner. I'm trying to watch what he's doing. They're being funny with each other. They're both doing like jokey moves. Oh, there's a lot of people that are always begging in this area for stuff. It's just crazy. It seems like it's now it's become very common in this part of town. It used to be rare to see people begging for money. But it seems like more and more now. Now you got two people at this intersection begging. That's wild. I guess I saw on TikTok there are some people that even though they're not homeless, they do it to make extra money. It's like gig work to them. It's their version of Uber Eats. So instead of delivering food and driving around, they just walk to the corner and hold up a cardboard sign trying to get cash. So you don't know who really needs the money and who's just doing it just for kicks. I don't know. I never give money to people that are on the corners because I don't know what their motivation is. I don't know what their story is. So it's really hard to know. And especially since I come from Southern California, homeless people it's not a foreign concept where I'm at. So I'm used to seeing people all the time looking to get a little extra bucks any way they can. And there's a certain percentage of those people that really don't need the money. They're just doing it because they want, they realize they can get some free money just standing outside for a while. All right, the house is coming up on the left-hand side. Gotta remember to ring the bell. All right, I see it. I just gotta turn around. They must be having a party. There's a bunch of cars in front of their house. All right, let's unload. So I'll take one bag and then 2 bags after this. Thank you. I don't think I captured the graphic. They tipped me $20. $5.50, 2.5 miles, no. I'm still sticking to my goal. $10 minimum today, sorry. And I'm headed back home. Let me see if I captured the graphic. Oh, I caught it. Never mind. $7.75, 4 miles. I'm so glad that wasn't an apartment. That would have been a difficult drop. But since I was so close to the front door, it was not too bad at all. They must be having a party or something to get that much ice, or maybe their freezer broke. Those are really the only two reasons why you would get that much ice. Oh. Get my Uber Eats turned back on. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens next. So far, it's been a bust of a day, not so good in terms of finishing on time. I was really hoping I would be done by now. $6, 3.3 miles. Yeah, I was really hoping I would be done. Looks like it's gonna go till noon. There's not much I can do. I mean, I could just give up, I guess. I guess I could just turn it off, but I just feel, I sense that there's a lot of money waiting for us. Like there's a high probability that people have just slept in. They're busy with other personal things, and they just are not at that point in time yet where they're ready to use the app for whatever reason. I just have that feeling. I don't know why. And I've done this for so many years that I trust my instincts. $2, 2.2 miles. Because when you combine the fact that most people have today off with the fact that, $5, 2.6 miles, $4.75, 12 miles. You combine the combination of people are finally at home and they have free time. And then you combine it with the idea that these people don't want to leave home because, they're enjoying themselves. They don't have to come out to any store or restaurant and deal with, people. They just want to be at home and want everything brought to them. $5, 6 miles. So I just think that for whatever reason, people are sleeping in right now. That's what I'm sensing. People are just sleeping in. And right now, they're warming up. And their wallets are going to open up. That's what I'm sensing. $4, 5 miles. And if I'm wrong, it's all good because it's just about an hour to go until my day is over. So I really think the most I'm going to be able to do is one more job, and that's going to do it. So what is that going to be? 20, 30, so I'm gonna, that's $47. That's still pretty good. If I can get one more $10 job, I'm going to be at $47. And that's good. That's $3 short of the goal, and that's totally fine. So more than likely, that's what's going to happen. But if not, well, we'll try again tomorrow. Tomorrow's always another day. Whew. The Smart and Final I was at was really busy. They're having a big Memorial Day sale on all the merchandise. $14, 10 miles. So there was a lot of people inside, and they normally only have one cashier working, but today they had 2 cashiers working inside of the Smart and Final. And there just seemed to be a lot of people out and about today getting stuff done. A lot of aggressive drivers. 750, 5.5. God, a lot of aggressive drivers are out today. People are so impatient. People really should be watching their speed when they're driving. I mean, all you're doing is driving super fast to reach a red light. There's no reason to go 60 miles an hour in a 45 mile an hour zone. Every time I see a car doing that kind of maneuver, it's either a one of those Dodge Chargers that's driving too fast, or it's one of those big black pickup trucks. It's either one or the other, as far as I've noticed. I don't know if it has to do with how fast those vehicles are, like you just barely tap the pedal and they just go flying, or if it's the drivers doing it. Like there's a certain person that buys that type of vehicle and is a speed demon. Oh, the Little Caesars did not close. I have an update. The Little Caesars on Eastern and Horizon Ridge is still open. I saw them taking the sign down last week, and I thought that meant they were going out of business, because what are the odds that they would put up a brand new sign? Well, they were just putting up a brand new sign. So they have a beautiful new Little Caesars sign. So all is well with the Little Caesars on Horizon Ridge and Eastern. It's still in business. $12.06 for 5 miles, 2 deliveries. Oh, it's gone. I was gonna it was a trip radar, but I missed it. That would have been the last one. That would have finished the day. Not meant to be. We'll see what comes up next. I'm just glad I got this $23 one. This one totally saved my life, because you know what happened this morning. This one really saved my life. It made it where I should realistically now be able to hit close to the $50 mark. Oh, if I just get one more in the next hour and 10 minutes. I got the next one. It's from DoorDash. I'm going to go to Target and shop for one item. I'm going to get $15.50 for 5.7 miles. Well, this is going to do it. This is going to be the last one. And then we'll hit $50. So fantastic news. It's all good news. We're gonna hit the goal. At least I think, if I did my math right, we're gonna hit the goal. If I didn't, maybe we're off by some number, but it can't be by that much. The only real challenge to this one is it's just one item, and if I can't find that one item, I'm not gonna get this money, which means there is a possibility that my day is not over and I'm gonna have to do another one after this, which of course I'm not happy about if that happens. But I've gotta try to stay optimistic that this item's gonna be in stock. I hope. The particular item that they want is some type of computer accessory. A very small dongle device. It looks like an adapter of some sort that either plugs into an Apple computer, possibly, because it's in white. It's an all white product, and you can barely tell in the thumbnail what it is when you're looking at it. Arrive at store, start shopping. Don't send the customer a message. Apple Lightning to digital AV adapter, priced at $49.99. Oh no. Is it gonna be in stock? I don't know. I mean, usually with Apple products, they are in stock. Usually, because they have a huge Apple section. It's usually they're not in stock when they have like a generic, it's like some generic company that's making the product. That's usually when I have problems. So I'm hoping that it's available, and I'm hoping that I don't have to ask for an associate's help in order to get the item. That's what I'm really hoping. Like, please, please, please don't tell me it's locked up, because that's going to be a total pain to deal with. I'm going to park far away, because that's how it is here. It's always crowded. So I'm going to park really far away and just start walking. All right, let's go. I think I found it, but it's locked and I can't find an employee anywhere to help me. All right, well, somebody push this button, and hopefully someone will come soon to help me to get the item, which is over there.
Alright, I got the item. The guy unlocked it for me, and the one that I thought it was the wrong one, but once I told him what the item was, he got it for me. Let's check out.
Gosh, my gosh, this job, let me tell you. Everything worked out. In the end, everything worked out. We got 15-minute drive, 4 miles. It's a house, it's a leave at the door. And I believe I'm going to a guard-gated community, so let me get my license ready. It was a challenging experience, but not necessarily that difficult because it was just a little object, a tiny little object that weighs less than a pack of cigarettes. Very, very light and simple. So yeah, there was not a huge level of stress about the whole thing. There's more stress right now just getting through this parking lot without getting smashed into by these people who can't wait at the stop sign for their turn to go. Oh man. And so after an employee that I asked for help walked me over to where that button was. Now I know in the future where that button is to press. That was the first time I ever saw an I need help button inside of Target. I'm gonna go this way. It's too many cars. The traffic is really building up. And the person that's in charge of all the computer stuff, he showed up after the button was pressed. And he was a nice guy, no problems. And he helped me to make sure that I got the right item. I told them the name of it, that it was a Lightning to AV adapter or something like that. And he said, "Oh, the thing you're pointing to, that's not it. That's something else. That's a something else." And he pointed me towards the one that I needed. And I said, "Oh, fantastic! Thank goodness for people with good eyes." Because the Apple product was so small and the writing was so tiny, I could not read it. I could not read it for the life of me. So I just guessed based on the photo. I was trying to match the photo, but the adapter is so generic looking that it's really hard to know one from the other without having really good 20/20 vision. And so he was able to tell me which was the right one. And even when I tried to scan the product, the barcode was so tiny that my phone, my DoorDash app, could not read the barcode. So what I had to do is I had to go and manually enter the number 0, which is a DoorDash trick. If you ever run into a problem with a barcode and it won't scan right, just manually enter and just put the number 0 in and hit enter, and it'll just say, "Are you sure you have the right item?" And then it'll say, "Take a picture of the item," and that's it. And it'll add it to the cart. Uber Eats, no. I tried that trick with Uber Eats. Oh no, Uber Eats does not play that game. You try to just enter a 0 and it says no. It says, "Sorry, that's not gonna cut it." And so with Uber Eats, you gotta manually enter like so much information. It's not even funny. You gotta enter in the entire barcode number that's on the product, and the description, and the price that's shown. Oh, it takes so much. You gotta take a picture. It takes up so much time. But no, with DoorDash, it's real simple. And we're gonna be going into McDonald Ranch with all the $1 million homes, and that's a good way to end the day, so you guys can see all the fabulous houses. And then I should be home by 11:45 and the day will be over. Stop orders after this delivery. I am ready. I tied a knot in the Target bag because the item is so lightweight. I'm worried that when I set it down or even now when it's in my delivery box, I'm worried it might fall out. So I tied it shut, so I know I'm 100% confident that the item is in there and it won't accidentally fall out of the bag. Whew. Temperature is 87 degrees. I have 20 miles on the car. 3 more miles to go, so I should have, when I drop this off, I'll put on 23 miles on the car, and then of course I gotta drive back home, so well under the 35-mile limit that I have for this, that I set every day. I try to make sure that I stay within that limit, so that way I can do this job for an extremely long amount of years, for many years to come, without buying a new car. That was my other concern when I decided to do this kind of work, was the concern that I would wear this car out and then I would have to get a new car, in just a few years. But next year this car will be 10 years old, and I hope to have it for another 10 years. I hope it lasts 20 years, but who knows? You just don't know with cars when they're finally going to poop out on you. You just hope that the mechanic keeps giving the thumbs up every time you take it in. Hello. Oh, it's a hard one. Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome. All right, thank you. Have a good one. All right, we got to drive 2.3 miles. We're going to go way high up, where the richest of the rich live here in McDonald Ranch. So you're going to see some really majestic houses, that's for sure. And the guard was really funny. He said that this customer never answers their phone, which I thought was funny. He's like, they're hard to reach sometimes. I said, oh, I hope they answer, because I have something for them. And they answered. He's like, you won't believe it, they answered. I'm like, awesome. So this should be a nice end to the day. There shouldn't be any other problems. Unless it's this one particular house that I'm thinking of in here, where it's a compound and they have this gate that they have this security gate, and their property is so big. It's like I have to remember that if that gate is closed when I arrive, I either have to just leave it at the gate, or if the gate opens, I have to drive my car onto their property. The last time I left my car in where the gate was, and I walked through the gate, and the gate closed behind me, and I couldn't get out because the gate was pressure sensitive to a car. And I was trapped, and I was like, I had to walk all the way back to their front door and wave to them to please let me out. And they pressed the button again, and I got out. But that was a learning experience, teaching me never to never do that again. That was a big mistake. I was stuck for a while. So here it is, beautiful McDonald Ranch, and it's a beautiful day to sightsee. There's no shortage of beautiful homes here. I think the most expensive home here, is around $60 or $80 million. And that's the ones that are really high up. We'll probably get to see them up close. To me, they don't look special, because they almost just look like museums or industrial complexes. They're very minimal. You know, there's just clean lines, giant windows. They're usually like a white color, and they look like a business building, really, to me. They don't have a warm, inviting feeling to them like you would see, you know, like in other countries where you see these homes that look like castles and they have all this intricate work to them. That's not the trend in this community. The trend is almost to make your house look like you're at work, almost like your house looks like a business building. Seems to be what the current trend is in building. There's that one place I go to. I think it was that house I went to this morning, where the houses look like blocks. They look like they were made in the Minecraft video game. They're so simplistic. It looks like they're made out of Legos. They're so simple looking. So yeah, that just shows you that whatever the tastes are from my generation, or whatever the tastes are from the past, I shouldn't say my generation, because there's people from my generation that love the modern look. I'm not a huge fan of it, because I've been seeing it for so long now. It seems so like done. Like, okay, we've seen it. It's modern. We get it. You're trying to be futuristic, but they've been doing that since the year 2000. This trend of the futuristic homes. So to me, it's nothing to be wowed about. It's almost like it's been done. Like, okay, where are we gonna go from here now? How else can we show everybody that we're in the future? Because that's the feeling I have now. I want to see something innovative now that doesn't look like it was designed by somebody from the early 2000s, from the aughts, from the 00. Oh, we're going high up, everybody. We are really going to the top. I think this is the house on the left that I always see from my house. It looks so massive. I can't tell for sure. Once you get up close to these big houses, you just can't tell 100% whether or not it's what you see from down below. Your perspective gets all out of whack. Man, we are just climbing. I don't think we can go much higher. I think my ears are starting to pop. We got another 0.4 miles to go. Crazy. I don't know if I've ever gone this high up in this section. They have different mountains that you climb when you get up in here. And look how much privacy they have. There's like nobody around. It's just non-stop road and wall of rock. Oh, a quarter of a mile to go. Oh, they have their mailboxes down here though. Wow. Their mailboxes are not where their houses are. Even with all the money they have in that super rich house, the mailman still won't go right to their door. Looks like they're going to be the last house all the way at the top. I have never dropped off to this house. This does not look familiar to me at all. This is new. New territory. Alright, get ready to start looking. I think this just dead ends, so I don't think we're gonna miss it. Looking. It's this next one here. Alright, I see it. I'm just gonna turn around so I can easily get out. I hope nobody's coming. I think somebody's coming. Put my hazard lights on so they know to go around. Oh, it's the postman. Exit. Complete delivery steps. Let's drop it. Thank you. They had food and other things just sitting there at their door, and I swear it looked like the stuff that they ordered had been sitting there for hours and hours. I mean, like breakfast food is just sitting there. It's unbelievable. It's like they don't even they spend money on things that they don't really even want. Really weird. Well, I better put on my Google Maps because I don't know how to get back out of here. Really weird. Where do I turn? Do I turn here? Yeah. Holy smoke, we are so high up. Wow. 5 miles to get back home. Wow, I'm high up. 12 minutes to get back. Wow. I have never gone this high up before. Gotta make sure I watch myself because these roads really twist and turn. Look at the view you get up here. Wow. What a beautiful view they have. This is a perfect day to be up here. I can see all the way to the I can see the entire Las Vegas Strip. Wow. Very cool. Well, when you pay this much money, I guess you're gonna get a beautiful view.